So today we're going to talk about Yoru, and I love talking about Yoru because Yoru is fun, but Yoru is also frustrating, and I use the word frustrating, not bad, frustrating, because Yoru I don't think is bad. I think Yoru has a chance to be very, very good, but there are just small things that I think really, really hurt Yoru, and we're going to take a look at some of that, but first let's start off with the good. Right, because there were some really good attacking rounds here by Oxygen, and Yoru straight up won them some rounds by picking Yoru, right? Here's an example, round number 8. And what's going to happen in round number 8 is we're going to get our Jet up in mid for breakthrough just here. They're going to pop that Viper's Pit on B main, as you can see. But what we're going to get in just a little second is you got Sim here on Jet, and they're going to hit that shot just there, get the first kill, and so we're in a 5v4. But we have sent out this gate crash down here, down all the way in vents, and what's about to happen is very, very interesting, and I think has some very good communication between Oxygen, because you see you got the drone there from Brock, right? Got us over here, he's droning out here, and it's going to see Scuba. So Scuba relays the information. Sova is droning from Nest, right? And what that means is, well, that means that there's no one really here, right? So I'm going to actually go and do this TP right now, and I'm going to try and kill this guy, and because we're in a 4v5 and stuff like that, taking risks, perfectly fine. So in we go, and guess what? We're going to manage to find this kill. And this creates a big old problem for the side of Breakthrough, because now, if you are this Cypher, or you are this KO or Jet, what on earth do you do, right? Where do you go? Because you know that this Yoru is in here, and so as the time passes, you now have to be worried that he could come, from either of this direction, right? From actually behind you. And so now if you're this Jet and KO, you got 3 ways to defend for 2 people. That ain't easy. And if you're this Cypher, you got 2 ways to defend for 1 person. That ain't easy, right? So now they are in a massive, massive trouble, and you'll see that it affects this Cypher and this KO, and it gives them a lot of space, right? We send out this gate crash that actually is going to land pretty much in the Viper's Pit. But you see our Cypher comes back here, and our KO comes back here, and look at the space that this would give us, right? We could walk up here if we wanted to. We could walk through the double doors if we wanted to for absolutely free. And eventually what's actually going to happen is Pawnee is going to find a fight here with Flyer just there and actually manage to find that kill. So now we're in a 4v3, right? Pawnee does really well, and he sends out another gate crash just there, and he's actually going to send the gate crash out by the door, and he's going to use it and ends up, just on the other side of the Cypher trip. And that's really, really interesting, because the door is going to open here, but this Cypher, because this trip hasn't gone off, probably thinks that the Yoru is still, somewhere in there, because the trip didn't go off, right? So he instead TPs across, sends out the door just there, and you see that the Cypher on the map, doesn't quickly go running back to the door, is still, wondering about that. Whilst we're there, Sim does manage to get 1 kill on the site and tries to hold it down, but you can see pretty worried about where these players might be, and ultimately Pawnee gets that kill, and we'll get this second one as well. And then in the end, we are going to manage to win the 3v1, right? And this was a round where if we weren't playing exactly Yoru, it definitely wouldn't have played out this way, right? Because Yoru is the only agent that could have, got that deep and managed to get that first kill. And you see that, Yoru has some advantages there. Scuba manages to finish it off. So we do find value from playing Yoru. Here's another example in round 10 where we've got 51 seconds left on the clock. And eventually here, we're just going to go for this B main hit. And our Cypher's going to lurk in through mid. But again, this round would have played out very, very differently if we didn't have our Yoru, because our Yoru is going to ult, right? So we start sending in some util just there, and this Viper on the defensive side actually uses her own orb, to get in there to try and get a kill. But we've got Yoru ult, so we can see that you're there, right? So we just end up spamming it and managing to get that first kill. And then also what we're going to get now is we're going to get a Sova ult, right? And so now we got our Yoru there, and it's just like, just hit me. Right, all you got to do is hit me, and this KO just has no chance. We end up kissing him, and get that kill. Mitch manages to get another kill through the smoke just there. Our Cypher gets a kill on Jet and mid, and we're in a 5v1. Proto's going to give it a decent shot here, but again, this is a round that without that Yoru, probably plays out pretty differently. It's a really good Yoru ult, basically got us 2 kills, and ultimately we will end the round just there. And so you see on this attack side, we are just rolling. And then let's come to the very next round, round number 11, where again, we're going to see some really, really nice Yoru stuff. In goes a gate crash that's going to go towards the back side of A. We're going to send in a Sova drone. We got the KO ult going. In comes our Yoru clone just there, and the drone is going to tag someone. You see all just Pawny there. He had a flash out for a second, but now he's going to TP in. And I think that this is because we got a tag. And again, you saw our oxygen on this attack side, whether it be that the Sova was droning or that here we've got a tag with the drone, and how quickly Pawny is reacting to that. The communication seems pretty good here, and we're going to TP in instead because this is a free kill. Right, and you know, if this is a jet or whatever, they maybe aren't getting this deep this quick to actually get this kill on a proto, but a Yoru is, and from this point on, Pawny's just like, yeah, I'm gonna win the round, don't even worry about it. Right, we're gonna get this kill on the jet just there, we're gonna get this kill on the Viper just there. We see those two from the Cypher ult, and take a look at this little flash. We're gonna go boom off the wall, bang, a little one-way flash, kill, boom, you're dead. And just like that, we win the round. And you see right here, right, we've got 3 rounds of Yoru, and it just looks really good. And yeah, everything's great. Yoru's amazing. Everyone should play Yoru. But then Yoru, as I'm sure many of you are aware, has just some frustrating characteristics, particularly when on this defensive side, right? I could go and find some clips of Pawny trying to op in this game and, you know, not finding too much success with an op because Yoru isn't jet or chamber. But let's just take a look at round number 19, because this is something, and I honestly think that this might change for Yoru. If I was going to buff Yoru, maybe this would be the change that I'd make. Because our Yoru here, we got 3 seconds before the round starts, and our Yoru is going to send out this gate crash from spawn, right? And this is a very normal thing to do for a Yoru, right? Is to send a gate crash out from kind of spawn area so that, you know, we can come to one side of the map and rotate to the other very, very quickly if need be, right? And that's all great and whatnot, but it often means that our Yoru, you know, is starting pretty deep. When the round actually starts, you know, we're probably, you know, pretty deep and whatnot. And Oxygen struggled on this defensive side because, well, in one part because of Yoru, but in this round in particular, like, we're going to get a bit of a miscommunication, or the call's going to come in late that, oh, they have KO ult, so our Cypher needs to be on A and our Viper needs to be on B, so that you can put up the wall if the KO ult comes A, and I've got the Cypher trip if it comes in on B, right? So we're going to see that it's a bit of a mess this round, but just in general, let's just focus on the Yoru, right? Because this is like the common thing for Yoru to do. So the round starts, you know, a couple seconds into the round now, and our Yoru is back here. Right, and this is how it would normally go, where Yoru is starting pretty passive, and so obviously if you go for some very fast hits, you know, you might be able to punish this, right? But the thing is, so that means if you go fast, you can punish Yoru, but also if you go slow, you can punish Yoru. Because here's the thing, right? Eventually, you know, as this round, you can see that Breakthrough are just kind of sitting in spawn, right? They aren't really going anywhere too fast. And so that means that this is going to run out, right? So when this runs out, we then have to run back into spawn to send another one out here, right? And the problem is, maybe we've got a lineup for that first one, right? Maybe from the one in spawn, we've got a lineup where we can get it into the exact spot that we want it to go or whatever, right? We can get it into the exact position that we think is good. The thing is, for the second one, when we run back here, it's a lot less likely that we're going to take the time to get the lineup perfect. And so we're just going to send one out, right? And when we send one out, it's going to end up in a spot where, are you really going to take this TP? Like, let's just look at where this thing ends up, right? So it's going to end up all the way down here on you know, kind of the corner of B. Are you going to take this TP, considering, you know, because of the late start we had in the round, we don't really know what's going on in B main, right? I mean, they could literally be right on the doorstep here. They have a KO ult as well, so these guys being able to stop them here, you know, is probably a bit unlikely. They destroyed the Cypher trip with a shock dart as well, so, you know, are these guys going to be able to delay long enough to guarantee that no duelist is here and you're not just going to int and give them a free kill? I don't know. Maybe not. And so that becomes like a bit of a big risk to take, that you don't know where they're going to be. And actually it starts creeping up even more, right? And to just bringing you out into the open. And this is, you know, part of just the problem. As I said, that if you go fast, you can punish a Yoru. And if you go slow, you could punish a Yoru. And that's not a good situation to be in, right? And eventually, in this round, actually, Pawny's going to give this a really good go in this round, because they are going to come to his site instead. And he's going to do really well to live as long as he does. And you know, he does pretty well in this round overall. As you'll see, they start to come in. They get that first kill just there. They actually get a second kill in vents as well. Down hole, sorry, and yeah, there goes Pawny, gets the first kill right there, and he's just going to manage to live a long time by yellow here, and just kind of, you know, just sit back there and manage to get that kill as well. And then he's going to, you know, just flash and just survive and do well. He's even going to ult, right, and he's going to find where this KO is, and you're thinking, well, this is a really good round by Pawny. But I just think in general, this round is a good showcase for, like, you know, like how you can just punish Yoru. We actually end up in a 2v1. I don't really know what Verno's doing here, to be honest, with knife out. just gets punished there, to be honest. And Brock's going to actually manage to win this 2v1 pretty well. He plays this pretty well, uses the dart, repositions. This is all really, really good stuff. Pawny did manage to get it to half, but doesn't panic and manages to win the round 4 breakthrough. A crucial round 4 breakthrough, to be honest, because if they lost that, it's 12-8. That would be tricky. But they actually would go on to win this game, and Oxygen struggled on that defensive side. And I think maybe one change, if I could make a change to Yoru, would be, yeah, let's get rid of that timer stuff, right? Why does there have to be a timer? Why can't I just send out, or at least, why is there a timer that starts before the round starts? Why is that the case? It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, and so therefore, it shouldn't be there. It just shouldn't be the case. And thank you for coming to my Yoru TED Talk. I'm sure you all agree.